Dan, Senor was a senior advisor to the Romney-Ryan presidential campaign in 2012. Welcome.
Good to be with you.
We'll talk about the emails, but first this controversy about the Second Amendment and Donald Trump. Do you take him at his word that he simply was talking about political power?
No. I've watched it probably 20 times. At the best you could say, if you really want to give him the benefit of the doubt, is he was joking about a subject that you shouldn't be joking about, which is about inciting violence, particularly inciting violence against someone who's under Secret Service protection. I mean, the fact that the Secret Service had to put out a statement via Twitter to say they are aware of the comments is...
So it was a joke or not, but you believe his words should lead you to say he was inciting violence.
Yeah, well, it has the effect of inciting violence. I'm not sure that was his intention, but it has the effect of inciting violence. Look, he has a pattern. I drew up a list last night. If you look at what he said about Megyn Kelly, if you look at what he said about Judge Curiel, if you looked about what he said encouraging Russians to hack and get Hillary Clinton's emails, if you looked at what he said during the Wisconsin primary about abortion, if you look at what he said about the physically disabled reporter from the New York Times, after each one of these incidents, he says, no, I didn't mean that. You got to give me the benefit of the doubt. It was taken out of context. It's being misinterpreted. If you have a pattern where you constantly say things that are highly divisive and inflammatory and extremely provocative, so much so that you have to come back and clean it up, one would think you'd be more cautious with your words, which means when you are talking about the Second Amendment and something that could allude to violence against a high-profile political figure that's under Secret Service protection, you choose your words carefully. He did not do that, which is just another example for me and other leaders within the Republican Party that he's extremely reckless.
You know, let's talk about the leaders for a second. Paul Ryan, who won big last night, as you know, had a very big win in Wisconsin. He called it a bad joke gone bad.
Yeah.
Do you think that the leadership is worried in the Republican Party? Because when you talk to the Trump campaign, they sort of have a Mad Magazine, Alfred E. Newman, what, me worry?
Right.
They don't seem worried or concerned at all.
Yeah.
Do you think the leadership is worried?
The leadership of the party is absolutely worried. I talked to a lot of them. I mean, let me just give you a couple of data points that illustrate this. The Real Clear average poll, the sort of average of polls, has Hillary Clinton up right now nationally by 7.5 points. Now, to put that in context, that's twice as high as Barack Obama was at this point against John McCain in 2008 and against Mitt Romney in 2012. That's nationally. She's even ahead in states that Republicans have won in previous presidential elections. She's competitive in places like Georgia and North Carolina and Arizona. If she wins those states and wins Florida and Ohio, she could best Barack Obama's electoral college tally by some 40 electoral college votes. I mean, this could be a trounce. Now, you could say...
We've still got time, though, Dan.
We still got time. You could say that's an outlier, and it won't affect down-ballot races. I'm dubious. If Hillary Clinton gets, 350 to 400 electoral college votes, it certainly means the Senate is highly unlikely to keep in Senate majority hands, and I think it poses a real threat to the House majority.
Does the release of the emails threaten her? And because this is the thing that many people say, there may be something there in terms of the foundation and some act of connection at the State Department.
What is amazing to me is there is so much material to mine vis-a-vis Hillary Clinton. These emails, again, are so damaging. It's no wonder that her untrustworthy numbers, her unfavorable numbers are so high. And in any other election with any other Republican running against someone with this story and these numbers, they would be trouncing her. But because the Republicans have nominated Donald Trump, she's able to lead even with this kind of baggage.
Yeah, once again, his headlines sort of lead the show instead of what's going on with her. Dan, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Good to be with you.